particularly related to relating to my life as well as what I have learned. The first one about the loans, which I took from the cherry, such as medical loans, and it literally messed up so badly. Today I decided, you know what? Just I'm gonna pay it off all the amount that was remaining. Why I have taken that particular loans, as well as more details we're gonna talk about in case if you were in those kind of worst case scenario, you can take this kind of options of taking the loans immediately. And then I will also discuss about the different plans I was thinking back on my mind in order to clear up my storage of my iPhones because iPhone is around 128 or 25 GBs. iPhone 12, the one that I'm using right now in the recording. And since there are so many videos as well as the photos which I stored in my iPhones, and since those are collected as a memories, so that is the reasons I was thinking about a different alternatives way to clean up those storage device, then at least I can able to play certain kind of mobile games while doing the live streams and those stuff. And eventually we're gonna also talk about the streaming goals. Few days ago when I was scrolling on the YouTube and suddenly I came close to one of the Twitch streamer where he has discussed some of the tactics, some of the goals, and what are the strategies you have to follow in order to build a community, whether it is YouTube's or whether it is for the Twitch. Let's start with the first one for the cherry loans. In United States, if you many of the people there says that especially if you live in New York City, most of the times you get the Medicaid, most of the times Medicaid as well as the health insurance, both of them they cover the most of your hospital visit or sometime in the emergency rooms at that times. But if you climb up to Hey, Dr. Dees. Hey, how are you doing? I'm just discussing about three of the topics. First of all, about the cherry loans that I have taken and why I have taken, as well as we're going to talk about some of the things. Hey, Sparks. Hi, just tell me from where you guys are watching from. Right now, it's New York City time is 2:32 a.m. All right. Hey, thank you so much for the like, Sydney. Oh, bro, why don't you shave the middle of your brown? Bro, trust me, I spoke with my barber and he said it's better keep it because if I shave it, then again it will gonna grow badly. So anyway, back to the story. So I have my again, so Medicaid essential plan which cover most of the things for free. But if you go to the higher level, like you need to see the specialist. Bro, these people would take hell lot of times to get the specialist. Yo, Eddie, hi. Just from let me know from where you guys are watching from. It's time in New York City, it's 2:33. You are goated. What do you mean? Goated. And so eventually I was having the toothache so badly. And my general dentist who recommend me that you need to have a root canals. And trust me, need root canal in New York City as well as generally in United States, it costs hell lot of money. And origin. And so as a result, the general dentist they do not perform the root canals, and she told me to just go to the endodontist. Endodontist is the people who does the root canals. I went to the endodontist, and these people what's up, Chad? Jonathan's. Hey, Jonathan's. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Sparks, for the subs. I went to the endodontist, and after seeing the endodontist, they were saying that it will gonna cost me around $3,000, approximately $3,000 to do the root canal as well as for the crown. But oh, you said $1,000? No, man. I literally went to that because I was in severe pain for my tooth. So I went to the endodontist, but before I went to the dentist, which is out of the network, I looked for the dentist within the network of the insurance. Bro, trust me, these people have taken not 1 week, not 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. And in these 3 weeks, I was in severe pains. And as a result, I immediately went out of the network because I don't care about my money at that times. Have you ever streams then just fall asleep in it? No, I never do that. Whenever I streams at that time, I either communicate with the viewers or immediately I just try to speak about some of the topics about my life. So long story short, I went to the endodontist, and these people they observed my teeth, and after observing the teeth, they decided, you know what, root canal is must require, and that will gonna cost around 3,000. The $3,000, more than $3,000. I didn't know what the general dentist, they have already approved the crown. So I don't need the crowns. I only need the root canal. And for the root canals within the network with the insurance, they could not able to find the dentist who will gonna perform the root canal. So when I went to outside of the network, that particular endodontist, he said that, oh, they can able to do it within next day, but I had to pay around $2,000 only for the root canal. I got shocked that again I was having that much amount of money on my pockets, but the problem was that my brother he was also saying that hey, it's better try to take it as a loan, try to pay it as a monthly basis. So then eventually I had to take the cherry loans. And guess what? I have taken the cherry loans and I was paying every monthly basis the amount like $2,000 around. And to yesterday, I was supposed to pay 12th of every month, and I was planning to pay today at maybe at late night or midday. Hey, welcome back. What is the purpose of your channel? The primary purpose right now at the moment, I was just coming on the live streams and trying to discuss about my personal life updates as well as any kind of famous topics that viewers wanna discuss. Wait, what is this about? I'm sub your channel. Thank you so much for the subscribings. And by the way, there is somebody saying nobody. About your question, that the one that you said, what is the purpose of your channel? Yep, there is a video which I have listened, but I'm gonna see it again, and I would also do a little bit more research in order to strategize my channel's primary goals, primary content that I will going to generate to my all the audience, because I love this because it's not like the others. All right, thank you so much for Jonathan for all the support. And as a result, right now I do not have the exact specific clear purpose, but still I would definitely gonna tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow that sure that tomorrow I'm gonna just do all the research and I will share with you guys what would be the clear goals, what would be the main purpose of these channels. And whoever will gonna join us, we're gonna just communicate back and forth. And just let me know from where you guys are watching from, because I'm right now live streaming from the New York City and its time is 2:38. And by the way, whoever watching right now, do you guys also get any Medicaid or Medicare? Back Sparks, thank you so much for coming back, because Medicaid it is absolutely free. But as I said before, whenever you go in a little bit higher level, like specialists that you wanna see, at that time that messed it up. Recently, my father he came in. So Medicaid, there is one of the insurance, because myself there is, and if you don't care answering, what's your opinion on airplanes? Bro, what's your opinions on airplanes? Airplanes, by the way, I am a big fan of the Emirati Airlines. So if you are speaking specifically talking about the airlines, airplanes, then I would better refer to the Emirati Airlines, because I have tried the JetBlue in the domestic flight, but it was okay, but sometimes it was very expensive. Why it is expensive? Do you have a pet? I used to have a pet, and I'm going to show you my pet, and the pet is a cat, because I'm very scared of the dog. Don't know why. I still remember, trust me, there is one time me and my roommate, brother Ali, we were in Washington State and we are looking for a house. And bro, there is a lady that is called, what is that name? Because at that time we were under the age of 18 years old. So they do not necessarily allow us to stay by ourselves. Stay ourselves. Oh, there is some kind of house, it's called, I forgot. So we went to a lady's house. We were expecting that it would be, big, beautiful, and it is organized. Bro, this lady, she was having She was having like three dogs in her house. And so whenever we step into her house, this dog was barking so badly. And I have never ever had dogs in my life. And these dogs was barking so badly, and they were just can you pray? They were just barking, they were just licking my hand, or they were coming around. But for me, I can still able to manage it because I never had experience with it, but still I can control myself. But my roommate, who was brother Ali, he was running so badly. He was running because he got so freaked out. Why? Because I grew up, he as well as me, we grew up in the Middle East, and there we don't used to have those kind of pet. There is somebody said, Jonathan's, can you pray from because you go to sleep because my grandfather's had a stroke a weeks ago, and I know that's a random, but sorry for. Yeah, man, I pray that he will gonna get well soon. Trust me, because there is the apartment which I'm living in right now. Yes, of course. Yeah, man. We hope for the best, trust me, because we were, whether it is a grandfather, whether it is any human beings, it is extremely crucial for pray each other to ensure that they get well. And especially stroke, the one that you're talking about recently, the apartment which I'm living in, this owner, he also got stroke. Bro, this guy at middle of the night, suddenly he felt that his stomach is having little bit pains, his stomach is having little bit pains, and whenever he's feeling little bit pains, then it was getting worse by the times. And when it hit around like 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock or something at midnight, then still the pain was not going. So eventually he had to go run to the hospitals, which means emergency rooms. And after he went to the emergency rooms, then he called to the apartment contractor, which means the apartment under which me and other roommates were living in. We did a rush to him, and I also called him. How is the conditions? And eventually, he told us that after having the stroke, he could not able to eat all kind of fruits and all kind of foods. So instead, he had to be very careful. Bro, I know how you feel. You know why I felt that much? Because my father also he had a stroke. You know why? Because I still remember when my mother she used to alive in the United Arab Emirates. At that time, we were having so many business and those stuff over there. And suddenly I explicitly remember my brother, which means my elder brother who was in my age. And bro, suddenly my father he got stroke, and after he got stroke we take him to the hospital in the United Arab Emirates. And after we take him to the hospitals, the doctor he said immediately that surgery needs to be get done, or some kind of rings need to be put it inside his stomach in order to make sure that he can survive. And beside that, he has also given some kind of a spray or something. And since the surgery, those stuff cost hell lot of money, and then eventually we decided, me, my family, as well as my brother-in-law, we decided that it would be better for him to just go back to our country. And we sent him to our country, which means my elder brother, he and my father, they went to our country's capitals, and immediately they did the surgery. Bro, that was like today it happened at night, tomorrow immediately he went to the country, urgent flight, and he had the stroke. And after that stroke onward, he's my grandpa died too, as we he has my best friend. Ah man, I feel so bad, bro. I wish that you should also have a good friend. Is you Bangladeshi? Yeah, I'm Bangladeshi. I'm proud to be a Bangladeshi man. I'm proud to be a Bangladeshi. OMG, that's terrible, and I will pray for you, bro. I mean, trust me, the stroke is such a things. Even after at that point onward, my father his also health conditions was deteriorating so badly. So still he's alive. So but still we always take care of him, because after you had his strokes, as well as after he had some kidney as well as heart problems, me and my elder sister we take care of him as much as we can. And at the end of the day, man, one day you will gonna die. So there is the reason. So you have to be careful. So you have a limited amount of times. And something that came in my mind, I forgot, was yeah, what I was trying to say was, again, you might not see it from the way that you are looking at me, but I exercise a hell lot of so much. because I once had a concessions so bad that I didn't even remember my family. Concessions. Bro, let me tell you one thing that each times whenever you eat so much and suddenly sometime your stomach little bit hurts and eventually when my also hurts and then you know what I do? I immediately thought having thought about the strokes. And so next day, for example, today, if I felt that my stomach is hurting a little bit, so tomorrow onward, it is maybe like general stomach ache, but tomorrow onward, I had to do just some exercise. And the exercise, the one that I do is just running around to the circles or joggings, maybe 3 or 6 rounds. And trust me, try to do that because I have observed many of my friends, they are so obese. Even my nephew, this guy, he eat a lot of junk food, but he does exercise, but not that much. So my recommendation would be just do as much exercise as possible. At least maybe in a week, just give 3 days. So, and to be real, and it was actually the last week. Oh man, bro. Anyway, it's 16 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. And Jonathan's, I always pray for your grandpa to get well soon. And there is a Sparks. Yeah, man. I I feel very sorry, man, that you just lost your grandpa, and if, even especially if that person who is your best friend, because I lost my mother, and she used to be my best friend, because I don't had any girlfriend or whatsoever. So this is the person who I always used to communicate back and forth whenever in lowest point in my life, but she just passed away because of the cancer stuff. Like maybe she got ill with the first day, like this week, for example, and next week, boom, she could not able to speak, she could not able to eat, and they were just putting those chemotherapy. And it was because car pulled out in front of my mom's and I flew in front of the windows. All right. So anyway, and then eventually with the next week, like before 2 weeks hit, she just automatically passed away. And I would definitely gonna create a create a documentaries of this stuff so that my young next generations, whoever my children or grandchildren, whoever will come in, they can able to see that what we have faced and how we have handled these things. So that is the reason I, you know what, I have so much memories in my iPhone photos. I'm gonna just create those kind of vlogging or just come on the camera and create a video about it. So, but that's the life, man. Just you have to either adapt to the situations or maybe situations will literally gonna deteriorate your entire life. And thank you so much, all of you joining in and all the discussions we are having right now. And Sparks, thank you so much for your comments. And Jonathan's again and again. I literally, pray for your grandpa to get well very soon. And who is there? Somebody else. Oh, there is Sosh. Is you Bangladeshi? Yep. As I said before, I am Bangladeshi. I do proud to be a Bangladeshi. All right. Even though my accent is a little bit different because why whenever I did the high schools and those stuff, I studied in English medium high schools in the Middle East. So that is the reasons. Because again, since my high school, I was planning to be a content creator, a streamer. But one of the things which when you gonna do this again with for the live stream, bro, I'm gonna do the live stream every single day, 365 days, because in the high schools, I still remember one of my friend, he literally embraced me in front of the whole class because I created a content and it was not so good. And front of the all girls and the boys, he literally played my video, and that's what literally made me ashamed not to creating the contents. But whenever I came to the college level, at that time I realized, you know what? That's a bad choice, man. I should have I should have created the content because if I could have created the contents today, I could have. So many audience, so I could have built a good community. For example, Kasanat as well as Aisha Speed. Because, bro, before I come to the live streams, I still explicitly I remember I was looking into the age for the Aisha Speed. And guess what? How old is he? His age is around, I believe, according to the internet, I'm saying his age is around 22, I guess, or 20. 20. But At that time I was telling myself, if I could have started doing live streams or maybe started creating the contents at the age when my friend who literally shamed me in front of the entire class, that was I was at that time around 17 years old, then I could have a good audience, good community right now at the moment. But still I just missed the opportunity, and as a result I do wish that I would not gonna miss this kind of chances in the future. So that is the reason that I decided, you know what, just come on the live stream every single day. But after I coming on the live streams, I realized that, you know what, you can't able to just come on the live streams and then do whatever things that you want. So instead you should have do some due diligent research. You should have a goals as well as target. And then I've been beaten for being as well chubby and I'm skinny at school. Bro, if you're skinny, no worry, man. Just be again, I myself was I used to be extremely, extremely skinny when I was in I would say when I was in nursery, when I was in nursery as well as when I was in middle school. Why? Because at that time I used to play badminton a lot, and that is the reasons. But still, after you finish your high school, after you finish your middle schools, when you hit around like maybe 18 or 20, at that time I would rather recommend you to also focus on your body. Why? Because sometimes in our life, whenever you will reach in a certain critical conditions, whether it is medicals, whether it is some personal levels, at that time, if you do not have a strong body, and if you're extremely, extremely skinny, that also mess the things up, which means mess your situations up. So that is the reasons I would say at least you should have a good body, but still just try to see eat good healthy food, get as much protein as possible. And but remember, keep your body healthy and fit, would- because if you don't keep your body healthy and fit, and if you become extremely obese by consuming such as those fast food restaurant ingredients, then trust me, you would end up also doing those kind of heart attacks as well as having those kind of diabetes, those stuff. Because, bro, I don't eat any McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. KFC I used to eat when I was in the Middle East, but after I tried the KFC's food after coming United States, it was not as good as I wish the test it should be in Middle East. McDonald's as well as Burger King's. I tried Burger King's food. You guys tried also Burger King's? Just let me know. I tried Burger King's when I was in Washington State, because at that time I didn't had that much, that much idea about it, how much good or how much bad it is. But after I moved in the New York City and exposed to all kind of fast food restaurant, then I realized that, you know what, fast food restaurant, hell no. Instead of eating the fast food restaurant, what I do is just get either sweet green is far more better, either sweet green, Chipotle, or maybe you're a good streamer because you don't just game all day. Bro, I don't game all day, trust me. Before I was thinking of game because in my when I was in eighth grade, seventh grade, I used to play FIFA a lot. Right now they're calling that FIFA as FC 25. I used to play FIFA a lot as well as Candy Crush, because you can also see in my live stream somewhat in some days I played Candy Crush. Then I realized, you know what? Nah, because in Candy Crush, where you're just constantly playing in the games and eventually it releases hell lot of dopamines in your mind. And I was in level of 300. Then I said, you know what? No. Even if I play games, try to have interactions with the viewers and try to play whichever games and based on the viewers recommendations, but make sure be strategic rather than spending whole lot of times. Try to You can play games, it is a it is a good things like relaxing your body, but be limit. You can't play like 4 hour 10 hour games. I have seen people are playing like 12 hour 10 hour games, and you keep us interested by actually answering us and telling us interesting stories. I mean, this is my life experience, trust me. Whichever one that I'm saying, I try my best to remember as many experience as possible, Jonathan's, and those are I'm saying right now. Because today, do you know why I just paid my entire loans for the cherry? Is because these people, they told me that 12th of every single month, you have to pay your those monthly amount. But they tried their automatic pay, and I in my account there was little bit not that much sufficient balance was available, because yesterday I went with my father for the shoppings, and because my father is a little bit older and I don't want him to, pay for his expenses, because when I was smaller at that time I explicitly remember my father, he used to pay everything, even going to the schools, tuition fees, buying books, buying toys, buying everything, he used to pay. So whenever he came to this country, you know what? Nah, I don't have to. I don't let him to pay out of his pocket. So I bought all those shoppings, and I didn't remember that, I had to pay those amount to them. And these people, these people, they tell me that, 12 is the day you have to. Hey, Sparks, do you play Roblox? Okay. So then they did their auto payment and it didn't go through, and then immediately they charged me around 15 bucks extra. So when I see this 15 bucks extra, I immediately, you know what? Let's immediately pay for all the amount. There is somebody said, Jonathan, hey, Sparks, do you play extra? My nephew, my nephew, he's the guy I think you should connect with. He plays Roblox a lot. He even told me that, why can't we play the Roblox? But his mother is so strict, boys. So that is the reasons I didn't let him to play Roblox front of his mother. Otherwise, his mother. But I'm not addicted. It is a good thing. It is a good thing that you are not addicted. You can play, but make sure just have a limit. So at least like maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes in a day, that's absolutely fine. But rather than playing 1 hour, 2 hour, that messed up. And especially whenever you play more of the video games, more hour of video games, because again, even though this platform or social media platform, any games, main goal is to keep the viewers into their platform. So if you play more, your brain is getting more dopamines, more reward, and as a result, uh only play 1 hour 3 days a week. Yep, that's the good spot. I like it, Spark. And same, at least I actually go outside and don't sit around all day like bullies. That's the best things, because for me, one of the best thing which I like is just going out and jogging, and also doing outdoor activities. Because I'm not sure from where, Jonathan's, which state you are from, but in New York City, sometimes they do have the recreation center, and recreation center where all kind of games they play, like badmintons, basketball, as well as table tennis, I guess. And those are absolutely free for the New York City resident. So you go there. If you don't have any equipment, they would gonna also give you the equipment, and only the thing is that you should be registered with them, and those are absolutely free, as I said I think few seconds ago. However, if you are New York City resident whose age is above 24 or maybe 24, at that time they do charge a certain amount of fees, but I'm pretty much sure those are kind of relevant, not that much extravagant, extremely expensive fees that you have to pay. I like riding my front wheeler through the forest. It's 19686 Honda 5 gear. Oh, okay, 1986. But still, I'm pretty much sure it is more fun. Trust me. By the way, when you said Honda, yo, in New York City, you know one thing? There is Honda Civic, Honda Accord or Honda Civic. Most of the times, this car gets stolen by the thief, especially in New York City. I'm not sure from any other state also it happened. Okay. There is a Sparks. I do take 30 minutes break. Okay. That is a good thing that you also take the 30 minutes break. Even when I was doing any kind of coding or maybe building a software, at that time, if I take like 3 or 2 hours instead of sitting in front of the screen 3 or 4 hours, what I do is just stay work for 25 minutes, 5 minute walk around, or just walk and do my coding. And then again 25 minutes, and then 2 or 3 minutes just walk around or do the coding. That we call it the Pomodoro techniques. Like you work sometimes. Hey, mountain bike. Ah, mountain bike. Yep, mountain bike. I tried one of my friend. His name is Sulaiman. We used to also try his mountain bike because I didn't have the mountain bikes in my, you know. I didn't had one in my life, but I wish I'm gonna buy one mountain bike, Sparks. I went to New York as a once and it was crowded. It is crowded. It is New York City, it is crowded. But if you come in New York and if you wanna see the and also sometimes me and my dad rides around the city. Yep. If you wanna explore, especially if you have a mountain bikes, who said that Sparks, if you have a mountain bikes, then I'm gonna recommend you to ride the mountain bikes from what's the name? The Battery Park. They do have the trails in the Battery Parks for the bike line, from the bike lines to till the end of the uptowns. Uptowns, I would say till the end of 120 Street, because Battery Park bike lane is so beautiful, and trust me, in bike lanes, especially during the morning times, it would be so empty, and you can see the view of the New York City, and you can also feel the natural air, I would say, natural air. Why? Because next to the road there is a huge river, and next to the river there is the New Jersey. So whenever you are riding, you can see the New Jersey's views as well as the river, and you are just riding on the top of the river. No, on the side of the river, on the side of the river. So just try to do that. Rat. Holy cow! I never thought that people have a rat. How is it? Oh, Sparks, you have a pet rat. I think you already mentioned before. And her name is Cheese. Wait, how do you train your rat? Because for the cat, I'm getting another one next month. Bro, wait a minute. For the cat, you can train them, but how do you control your rat? How do you communicate with them? Because I never had rat in my life. Oh, messes. Okay. I wish. And so once I was racing my friends on my front wheelers and okay, rides his Honda dirt bikes, and one day I hit a stump and flew off my front wheelers and sparks angles and fracture a shoulder. Boy, it reminded me my another incident which I had when I was in my country in Bangladesh, back in Bangladesh, because there is a I think that's in third grade or fourth grade. I used to ride a bicycle, not the front wheeler or any kind of car stuff. So my friend's elder brother, whenever I was in the main road, I saw him that he's also riding his bike. So we were just racing so badly, and this is true incident. It's happened to me. And I was in the left side, and he's on the right side, and it is so severe crash. And if so severe crash, I will tell you what exactly happened. And we were just speeding because the distance is around 2 or 3, I would say 5 to 6 miles. We were just speeding in the main road, and the road is extremely narrow. And trust me, there are all the other traffics that are coming front as well as back in two-way roads, and it is extremely narrow. And bro, I was in the left side and he's on the right side, and we were just racing so badly. And since he didn't understand that I had to go on the right side exit, because at that time my age was around 12 or 11. And he didn't know that I had to go on right side exit to keep my bike or go there. And he's racing his bike so badly, pedaling his bike. And I, since I was also racing so badly, and I had one of the bicycle, its name is Hero, and Hero was so fast, and I was, maybe I would say, maybe a couple of meter ahead of him. And then eventually he thought that I will go straight, but I tried to take exit on the right side, and eventually he literally clashed on me. And guess what? Whenever he clashed on me, there is another transportation bus was also coming back. So after we crashed, bam, I was in the one corner, my cycle is in other corner, and his bike is in different directions. And when the bus came in, I'm literally front of the bus wheels just laying around, and bus driver, he just did the hard brake. And in back of my mind, I was thinking, boy, my mother will gonna beat me up, man. It will gonna it's gonna beat me up. Why? Because at that time I got the bike. I got the new bike because I used to tell my mother a lot that I need the bike because the school is a little bit far away from my house. And then eventually, thankfully, nobody saw and nobody reported to my mother, and it was kept secret. Holy cow, it is 35 minutes, guys. And thank you so much, all of you just coming in. And Sparks, thank you so much for all the discussions we had. Jonathan, thank you so much. I'm about to going to end the live streams, and definitely I'm going to do some more research about telling you guys what would be our main goals for the channels. And because there is one of the person, he just said something, it literally stuck my attention. Um, grab the camera for the wait. There is oh yeah, nobody. There is one of the person whose name is nobody. He asked me one question. That is, what is the purpose of your channel? Yep. As I said before, I would definitely gonna do tomorrow's research, and when I will watch that video, I'm gonna also do a live streams on my Twitch, because in sometime, oops, somebody has commented something or what? Sorry, nope, no. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for nobody sparks from the beginning to the end. I saw you. Adela, I don't know Adela is here or not, but thank you so much for the comment. And there is Jomori, Santa, Edge, and Luis Cruz. What would you do if you donate? What would you do if I donate $500? I'm gonna give to somebody else. I don't need. If you donate me $500, I'm gonna donate to somebody else. Trust me, because that's the way it work. Because again, in my life, if I get something, I'm gonna just give out something. Same like a Mr. Beast. Let's say if you donate me $500, I'm gonna do it this way. So $250, somebody from the Twitch, somebody I'm gonna donate it to someone from the Twitch streaming, and $250 someone from not someone, I think many strong streamer within the YouTube streams. So it would go 50-50. Or that was said by whose name is Luis Cruz. Jonathan was there, nobody was there, and then I think, yep, Sparks, we're gonna catch you up tomorrow and see you next time. Stay safe and make sure stay active and stay blessed. Let me just end the streams. Its time is 3:06.